Hello, everybody, and welcome to another review on my YouTube channel. And by the way, this is my first video that I'm recording with my new phone, and new phone, new car, and new truck. So this is Mac iCar. You may be wondering where the heck did I get him since he's so rare. He is a factory custom from eBay. So I got him from eBay. Um, and same thing with this. This guy actually came with him, so yeah, they're the same. Yeah, I got some same thing. So first of all, his appearance in the movie. Here, let me set the scene up. Whoa, I almost fell over. So do you guys remember that scene? Like the king was driving by this guy. Yeah, he was really visible right there. It was awesome. And like I remember watching the movie as a little kid and seeing him was like, "Oh my god, look, that's a car, it's the same as our computer." Because I used to go on my computer all the time and watch YouTube as a little kid. And that computer is an Apple computer. I'll show you it really quick. Oh yeah, and I don't think I. Oh yeah, I do have iMovie on this phone, except I forgot, and I would have used it. So, see, here's our computer. We have had it for like years. I'm not. I quickly zoomed down here because up there is like stuff from my family, but there is one thing I'll show you. Um, this picture from when we went to Disney World, and there's a couple other things back there that I would show you, but I can't because they're all family related. So yeah, and like, yeah, and I always thought it'd be cool to diecast, but sadly he was only released in the Motor Speedway of the South, and well, that set. Oh god, that's a really bad deal. If you're wondering, what the Motor Speedway of the South set was, it was like this package that came with all the piston cup racers, every single one of them, and even including this guy, of course, because I just mentioned him because I'm talking about him and they're reviewing him, and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I wish I had one. It was like, and it's just like if you want, that's like every collector's dream. But it was a really, really limited release. First of all, you had to be in some type of Red Line Club or something like that. Yeah, the Red Line Club. I don't know. And of course, it was only released once. I don't even think it was released in the stores. And second of all, it was like really expensive, probably around $500 to $5,000. No, $1,000 to 500. Because there's so many cars in that package. But yeah, and that was the only time he got released. Um, so it's like, oh, that sucks since he was so limited because he's copyrighted and Mattel does not own Apple because this is the only real sponsor out of all the Piston Cup racers. It's only like one that's real life. Yeah, so Apple only lets Mattel release 1,000 of them. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. There was only 1,000 Motor Speedway of the South sets that were released. So yeah. Anyway, uh, it's like, how did you? Yeah. So, but that didn't stop the factory. The the people who work at Mattel in China in the factory. Okay. Um, like on their free time, do they spend time with their friends or family and eat dinner? No, no, no. They pump these guys out of the factory like there's no tomorrow. Like Yeah, so we could all of us collectors can just have fun and enjoy them. Hey, and even if you're like me and you collect cars but you still play with them, that's what I do. So anyway, on to the review of this guy. He is the same body as the Nitroid car, and I'll go in depth with this truck later. Okay, so I like how the gray stuff is silver. I don't think the gray stuff was like silver and reflective in the movie, but it's a nice touch. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so the quality on this guy is kind of okay. I just hope the tires don't break off because I like when I roll them around, it's kind of bumpy. Ugh. So yeah, he's number 84 because well, why was he number 84? Oh yeah, because Apple released their first computer in 1984. So it's like kind of like a reference to Apple. And if you're wondering why there was an Apple car in cars in the first place, well, Apple and Pixar, they're related somehow. Okay, so Apple makes technology that Pixar uses, and like a group of people who worked for Apple, they went on to do their own thing, which became Pixar, and we all love Pixar. You know, their Toy Stories, Cars, Wall-E, and all that stuff. Um, what was I gonna ask? But there's a problem with this number 84. There's already a car that's number 84. Here, I'll show you. Um, yeah, you got see the Revolting car, Davy Apex. He's also number 84, just like Mac over here, Mr. iCar. It's an awesome name. So yeah, I guess, but in Cars 3, they fixed that. They made the Revolting car number 48, which good on you for changing the numbers around, but that's just changing the numbers around. Why didn't you just change the numbers completely change the number? Why didn't they do that on the Cars 3 cars? Like that's like a really major complaint I have with the Cars 3 stock cars, is that they're always the same numbers as they were before, except for Bobby Swift. But that's only because except for Bobby Swift and Brick Yardley, but that's only because Danny Swerves and Chase Racelat are supposed to be number 1924. And why are they supposed to be those numbers? Well, because they're based off real-life NASCAR drivers who have those numbers in real life. And, funny thing is, you know why? Because I was at my Uncle Dan's house yesterday, and he's a really big fan of NASCAR. So, yeah, there was a NASCAR race on at his house yesterday. And while I was there, I was celebrating his kids' birthday parties. So yeah, anyway, back on topic. 8 minutes of me rambling, holy crap. So yeah, Apple logo right there. Number 84 on the headlights, there. And there is the 84. Let's rotate Apple, tiny little Apple right there. He has no gas cap for some reason. His white rims, that could fall off at some point. And his contingency sponsors are different from all the other ones because let me get because most of the time they're all colored in or sketched out right here. But this guy, he's they're in a box and they're straight and lined up, kind of like the next gen cars in Cars 3 where they're not lined up. The contingency sponsors aren't lined up. No, they are lined up and they're not colored in. So yeah. Anyways, contingency was there piston cup, nitroid. What did I say? Hold on. I think, yeah, that says retread, Vitaline, clutch aid, octane gain, mood springs, and old torque pistons. So I think it may be a little bit less than on your normal stock cars, but yeah, just smaller ends lined up. That's what Apple's all about. Simple, elegant designs. Oh yeah, and here's the base. There's a bunch of information because this is probably a factory custom that was made around this year. And since it's around this year, it doesn't really have depth to the eyes. Okay, maybe just a little bit, but I don't want to scrape the eyes off. So yeah, 3 white lines over there, and yeah, that's it for him. Now anyway, finally onto the hauler, which was not in the movie. Anyway, first of all, let's look at the semi. Oh, he's much easier to disconnect. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of that Walmart hauler over there, except he's like supposed to look like Mac. Look at those eyes. Oh my god. Oh, and his grill is kind of textured a little bit. It doesn't say Mac on there. Usually this would be like Lightning McQueen is the only car who has a Mac as a semi, but the factory customs, they just do Mac for their semi. I don't know why. Anyway, his hat is like brighter white than the rest of him. It gets the Apple logo here and there, 2 white wires. Usually one of them would be black. And there's no Apple logo on the back, or a license plate for that matter. Anyway, let's look at his trailer. You got the Apple logo right there with all the contingency sponsors for the Piston Cup. Wait. Yeah, I just, like, what does that say? It says revolting. Apple logo up there, same thing over here. Apple over here, there's no license plates on the back. Those 3 great dots that are supposed to be 6 great dots that are supposed to represent headlights, no, taillights. And here's how he opens. So if you, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have a Mack truck already, you know, not that one, because that's one was released in 2007, and it's probably worth a ton of money on, like, online, you know. But, you know, if you got your typical, like, Cars 3 Mac, or, you know, the Mac that they've been releasing ever since 2009, what he does is you open it from here, slide it out, and there's, like, supports underneath. They're black instead of, you know, gray, usual, and they're really loose. And then you bring this down, and here's the inside. You got a silver, air pump for the tires, and by the way, you know how I say to Mac what is released to like this, because you know that is Mac, except he just repainted his Apple. If you ever chance to recreate scenes from Cars 3 where there's like where there's more than one car in here, it's not just Lightning McQueen in here, then good luck with that, because if you try to fit 2 cars looking straight at each other, good luck with that. Oh, by the way, this is from Pringles can. Anyway, time to put them in there. I'm sorry you had to hear that. By the way, this thing is really not really too. It's really sturdy actually. So if he's like, hey, you ready? Hits the road. He's like, yep. And then he just drives on up here. Yeah, McQueen always got in backwards. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna fit him. And his tire is gonna go over the air pump. So yeah. Then you just put the support up. And then you drag them on back in. It's hard to do with one hand. By the way, the support is really loose. So you're gonna have to... let me hold you against the Pringles can up here. Nope, no, I can stand my phone up. Oh, I got stuck. Okay, there we go. There we go. I got the support in, and so now we close them up. And yeah, that's pretty much my review of Apple Mac iCar. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.